Hey Chris, are you getting an error loading message?
Mm.
No. Are you watching it live and it's working?
Well, it says there's a minute left. Well,
Ha!
20 seconds. Hold on.
Oh, I think it's working now. I got it. So now we're on and everyone can hear us having issues. That's okay. That's
I
the
can hear
beauty
my
of going
spaceship in the
live.
background.
Well, hello. We have 5 people watching. So, hi, welcome and thanks for joining us. It's Giving Tuesday now, and we, myself, Megan Roble, and Chris LaHecka down below are from the Greater Salina Community Foundation. And today we are visiting with all of our, not all, but a handful of our local nonprofit organizations who have continued to serve our community and those in need throughout this crazy time. So, Giving Tuesday now is created as a special version of Giving Tuesday to celebrate generosity and lift up all of the people and organizations who continue to need our support, especially at a time like this. So, this half hour, we're on with Andy Houltberg from the Ashby House, and we're so excited to have you with us, Andy. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for having us on. It's a really good thing you guys are doing for the local nonprofits. Very grateful.
Well, thank you. It's been a lot of fun, minus all the hiccups. And just a warning for everybody, rocket ship, spaceship Christopher down below.
Kylo Ren.
Right here.
He's owning it, handling it with grace. He's having some microphone issues, and we just kind of stopped trying to figure them out and decided to just roll with it and have some fun with it today. So, how's it going down there, Chris?
It's good. I'm getting ready for takeoff. So, Andy, thanks for taking the time for sure. And we thank you for everything you guys do for the community. So, I guess just kind of kick it off. Why don't you just tell us how everything's going with you guys in the Ashby House and what's, just give us the day to day.
Well, so much of what you heard throughout the day in the interviews is what we're dealing with on a regular basis here. A lot of people unable to work, so that creates some issues in some of our programs. We have transitional housing units where people, once they get employment after being at the shelter for a bit, they're they usually go to work and able to provide food for themselves and provide for the essentials, but aren't able to do that because of the stay at home. Maybe they were furloughed or laid off, and so we're doing kind of a lot with those type of issues. But all in all, it's going well. I mean, just to see all the other nonprofits come together and, churches dropping things off and extra funds available for crisis situations. So all in all, it's been, we've really came together as a community to provide for those most vulnerable. And that just, it shows you the strength of Salina and helping people in need.
So awesome.
It is awesome. Definitely positive there. And along with that, what are some other positives maybe that you've seen throughout these times that maybe we haven't seen before?
Just people dropping stuff. For instance, the Greater Salina Community Foundation dropped off 20 Easter baskets for our kids, and that was a huge gift. Thank you, Chris. Chris,
We had fun.
and then the grant money that's out there, the extra grant money to help. United Way, we got a grant from United Way to help with some of the food we were able to provide for the ladies in our transitional sober living housing and get them the food and essentials that they need. So it's really the community theater, Salina Community Theater. They gave us masks, for both our employees and a lot of our clients, and so that was a huge blessing. And all those things just came out of the blue, and were really amazing to see, and really see the people that are staying with us, see them caring for each other, watching each other's children, or preparing meals together, or they did an Easter meal together. Just kind of, you see the good side of the human condition, and so often in situations like this. So,
have you guys made some changes to any of your operations through these times that you think you'll keep in your plan for the future?
Yeah, of course, the emergency shelter is open as usual. We have been screening everybody, and making sure that they're not showing any symptoms of any kind. We've been limiting people from outside of the state. I have a feeling, like so many of the other executive directors who've said that, I think we're going to see a big influx of people needing, once that stimulus package money kind of wears out, once landlords are able to start collecting again, utility companies will start turning off for non-payments. All that is going to hit us probably mid to late June, and we'll see. So we're trying to be prepared for what might be an influx of need and people looking for shelter. We've established a backup shelter plan to where we can have the proper social distancing in sleeping quarters. Partnering with Salina Grace, they are letting us use their mats, their sleeping mats, as backup, just in case, and just really trying to do whatever we can to prepare for more people looking for things, as well as going after those grant dollars for help and assistance with utilities and with rent and food and all of that. So just preparing what could come our way. We haven't seen it yet. I mean, we've seen a little bit of more requests, probably like the food bank for food and for essentials, but not a lot of people seeking shelter right now, not anything more than normal, but that will definitely change.
When people make those requests, are they more phone calls, emails, or is there something online they can go fill out?
We typically just do phone calls. We'd like to talk, and we take each person case by case. And so that's usually what we do, in like a needs assessment, to see, what their whole situation is. Because Ashby House, really, we exist primarily to empower people to stability and holistic recovery. So we're looking typically for the long term. How can we help this individual be able to sustain themselves and be able to provide for themselves eventually? And so that's why we typically like to talk with them over the phone or in person.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Well, and I guess with that a little bit, you mentioned mid-June and what you guys anticipate with people in the community financially. What are some obstacles you guys see that may lie ahead for you guys? It sounds like you guys are doing a lot to prepare for what's coming, possibly. But what are some other things that you guys are thinking about?
Some of the obstacles may be people coming, seeking shelter. We've already had it with that might be positive for COVID. We can't put our community, our clients at risk and our staff at risk. So those are obstacles. Where do they stay? Where do they go? How are we helping the homeless that may be showing signs of symptoms? And so how are we going to help them? That would probably be one of the major obstacles. Funding. I mean, if our systems are taxed and we, but it seems like so far people are really being generous in that. Oops, sorry.
That's all right.
Getting a FaceTime. And it's so funny. It's probably one of my kids' friends.
Hey, they just want to hang out.
All right, we got it. We're good. My bad.
It sounds more fun than my wind tunnel stuff.
So that would probably be one of the major obstacles.
And with some of those obstacles, what is it that people in the community can do to help with that, both now and moving forward?
You know, obviously helping us in sustaining our programming by donating on a regular basis. You know, we would love to establish, I'm certain that almost every nonprofit would feel the same way, just, you know, a wider range of people who donate, even in smaller portions, like the sustaining donations of $25 a month, just kind of helps keep our programming going consistently. And I'll talk about this in just a minute, but we're going to be starting a new project where we can, once you know, some of the social you know, circles are expanded, we can start bringing in volunteer groups to help on different projects. But the essentials that are hard for us to get going to the grocery store are even going to be harder for people who are, you know, maybe have some food insecurities or financial insecurities. So, you know, toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning products, all those items, if people have extra, that they could, you know, drop them off, that would be very helpful.
And for anybody that doesn't know, I guess they can always look it up, but where are you guys located for them to drop stuff like that off?
150 South 8th Street. It's on the corner of 8th and Walnut.
Go ahead, Megan.
Well, so I didn't know when the time was to show this awesome photo of your location, but I'm going to leave that up to Andy.
Yeah, you can show it now, and I could talk about that project.
Sure.
That certainly will help us, and especially in this situation we're in now. So here's a picture of our current shelter. Is the house on the right. It's 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And so, you know, to fit 20, you know, 15 to 20 people in that house, especially when you're talking about social distancing, it's not real friendly. So the new house over here to the left was donated to us by our friends at Blue Beacon, and they actually paid for the move of it as well. And we put it on a full basement with 3 egress windows. It's going to have 7 bedrooms and 4 baths. And on the first floor, we're going to have a room and a bathroom that are ADA that will help those with physical limitations be able to stay with us and have more accessibility there. So super excited about it. And that's, if we had it open right now, it would be perfect, because if we did get it, when we do get an influx of people, we can make sure they have the distance. But unfortunately, it's several months off from being finished. We're going to be beginning work on that in June. We're going to start on the outside, taking off siding, putting on new siding. So volunteer groups for cleanup and stuff like that would be greatly appreciated at the time.
For people to volunteer, should they reach out to you, just give you a call, or is there a... Yeah,
just give us a call here, 785-826-4935. That's our number, and ask for me, and we'll get you set up.
Awesome. And so maybe here in June sometime, start reaching out and seeing how people can help, and lend an extra set of hands sounds like a good option.
Yes, especially skilled volunteers. If you have any experience with tools, that's always good help.
Safety first.
Yes.
Is that the correct phone number, Andy?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I tried to listen.
The only program, you asked a question earlier and I don't think I answered it. The only program we've really had to kind of change because of the pandemic is our free store. We have a store that's open from Monday through Friday, 9 to noon, and we redistribute small household goods and clothing, as well as food. So we work with Salina Emergency Food Bank as well as Dillon's, and we redistribute food to the community. We've kept the food going because we knew that was going to be a necessity, an essential. The clothing store we've temporarily closed, and we're going to reopen in June. And so that would be the only one we really had to change. It's just real tight quarters, and we had to do our best to adhere to the social distancing.
Yeah, no, thank you for circling back on that. We've witnessed and talked to it, like you probably heard throughout the day.
Yeah.
Different ideas of things people have changed that they may or may not keep moving forward. So just going to take some pieces of what you can and see what works best.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
But I want to bring it back really quick because one of my favorite things that I've seen in the past couple weeks was how you guys received the masks from the community theater. And I know that they, have been in the same position as everybody else, shut down, can't do anything. But they looked around their costume shop and saw that they had all this fabric and all the ability and materials to make those. So it warms my heart to see that they're not only creating them for their own people, but giving them to organizations and other nonprofits in town. So to me, that was sort of maybe an unlikely pair of nonprofit organizations. I don't know how much work you normally do with the community theater, but it's so cool to see everybody coming together in that way. So
Yeah. My wife and my daughter both volunteer quite a bit with the with the community theater. So she was helping them make the masks, and we put 2 and 2 together, and they were generous. So that was really great because that happened at just the right time. We're running out of the masks that we did have. So
it's amazing. And just like you've mentioned, and everyone else has mentioned, how the whole community is just, when you're kind of stripped down to the bare bones, everybody locks together and helps each other, which is just really cool.
Yeah. We've got to continue doing it. We don't need a pandemic to do that, right?
Yes, I know. That's what we're trying to remind people today. Let's hold on to this and remember this and continue to help, even when kind of I don't want to say the fun, but when it starts to feel routine, this whole new normal kind of will start to feel more routine, but we don't want to forget that we like to help each other. It's important. So
absolutely.
So remind us one more time how people can contribute to the Ashby House for the short term and the long term.
Sure. Yeah, you can go to our website, and there's a support ashbyhouse.org, and there's a support button. You hit that button, and it'll direct you. We're right now just doing a COVID emergency fund collection, but you can donate on a regular basis as well. Every little bit helps. We've had people. Ashby House has been around for over 25 years now, and we've had people giving like $25 a month since the beginning, and so that all adds up quite a bit. So everything helps. So thank you for going and supporting us. That means the world to us and helps us fulfill our mission.
Thank you, Andy.
Yes, Andy, thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us today. You guys have a lot of awesome stuff going on, and it's so cool to see. I remember when we watched from our office when they moved that house. Was that just last summer?
Yes, I can't believe it. Yes, it's taken us a little longer than we had anticipated, but we got a large grant from the Dane Hansen Foundation to begin the construction. So we just received that last week. So that means we can push the go button and start working. It's a little hard getting permits right now because a lot of people aren't in the office to put the stamp of approval on those things, but we'll get there. And it's going to be exciting to see it happen. Our staff is it's going to just position us to help so much more people. And helping people out of poverty, it's not a one stop quick fix issue. Usually it takes, months to get people positioned and help them understand the opportunities they have to help themselves. And so this house, the old house, the old shelter, we're going to be using that as a resource center. So people can drop in throughout the day in the community that might need utility assistance or might need food, might need food, and we can kind of assess them, their needs with their case management, and then look to the community to find the resources they need. And so I'm excited about seeing the future of like telehealth. We've been doing a lot of Zoom sessions now that for mental health and for substance use through CKF and through the Kansas Mental Health Center, doing a lot of Zoom meetings, and that's been actually a benefit that's come out of this. It makes those services a lot more accessible.
Mm-hmm. The little positive nuggets. That's really
That's
cool.
right. You gotta grab onto them and hold.
You got to keep looking for them. So, well, we are going to have to wrap this up because it's almost time for the next one. And
Wow.
Chris and I'll have to. I know it goes by so fast. It's so fun. We should just do this like all the time. I don't know. This is probably one of those projects that's brewing up to be something crazy somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
let's do
it's
it.
been really fun, Andy. Thank you so much for hopping on with us this afternoon.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you all for what you do. You really bring us together, and that says a lot. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, good to see you, Andy.
Chris, say that again.
I know. I was saying, hey, it's good to see you, Andy. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Right.
I don't want to tease you, Chris, but you do sound a little like Kylo Ren from this end.
Chris is he's just been such a good sport. He's taken a beating, but he's making us smile.
That's right.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you later, Andy. Take care.
Bye.
All right, Chris. We'll be back here in 9 minutes with Salina Shares, Debbie Rivers. So we'll see you soon. All right.
See ya.